To the Breakroom Classic Film fans, it's tea time for a coffee break. Welcome to another Fashion Friday, guys and dolls. Going to keep this one quick, simple, and to the point. Was going to talk about my Katharine Hepburn, the Philadelphia Story garment, but then I thought, today is Marlon Brando's birthday, so what other way to celebrate other than the Brando? As you might realize by now, all my garments have names. All my sketches have names. When I created this piece, it was completely inspired by Judy Garland's summer stock performance at the end, you know the one, Come On, Get Happy. There has always been something to me of wearing a suit, jacket, dress. I mean, it's a mood. So when I first saw that film in my teens, I was like, yes, yes, I get it. I'm tucking it away. I'm storing it in. So years later, the first show that I ever did, it was a no-brainer. I was like, oh yes, we're doing a Judy Garland-esque suit dress. You know, I already had that planned as an opening number. At the time, had embraced my Marlon Brando fangirl crush. So I named it the Brando, not knowing at the time the complete respect that Marlon Brando had for Judy Garland. Yes. But I did know about the trolley song, which I saw with an interview with Elaine Stretch, where she talks about how there was an acting for an acting class, how they were supposed to do a rendition of a performance, and how Marlon came in and he did the trolley song, and she said it was full on. It wasn't campy. He wasn't trying to play it funny. He wasn't being silly. She was like, it was straight, spot on Judy Garland trolley song in Meet Me in St. Louis. And I was like, Meet Me in St. Louis is like one of my favorite musicals ever. I love that movie. Like, The Boy Next Door, are you kidding? That was my introduction to Tom Drake, and it was like filmography challenge. And I always have to keep, like, it has to be quiet when the lights are getting put off in the house with Judy and Tom Drake. It's like, nobody talk to me. I need it dark. I need it quiet. I need to focus on them over the banister. So to find that out was like, I loved that story, and I loved how she told that story. And then I loved, later finding the photos of Marlon Brando and Judy Garland at the Golden Globes, when he had just won for On the Waterfront 1954, and she had just won for A Star is Born 1954, knowing that, before he became Brando, on screen, he was doing the trolley song for a part of the acting class. Like, that's pretty original. I love that story. I love that connection. And looking at how they're laughing together and sharing like that moment in time in a still shot, us knowing now, having coming along later, what their lives held for them, and seeing in this moment, in this frame, in this shot, they're both just happy, and it's like, it makes you want to sit at their table and share that laughter and that joy that seems to be going on in their faces. And it's like, you want to know you're thinking of stories. I wonder what they're talking about. I wonder what he just said to her, and because she's laughing so hard. I share those photos all the time, because it's like a feel-good photo. It's a feel-good moment. So that's what makes us, classic film fans, right? That's what makes us a community, is those moments, when we find out, those of us who, we come along all these years later, and we find out all these things about our favorite actors, their personal lives, their professional lives, and then seeing a still shot or reading it in print or seeing it on screen, a moment in time, and you embrace it and you fall in love with it and you want to share it with other people, other classic film fans. It's like, that's what makes us a group, and that's what I love about being a classic film fan. So anyhow, wanted to talk about the Brando in celebration of Marlon Brando's birthday, and a shout out to Judy Garland. So until next time, be safe, be well, stay healthy, stay home, and I'll see you next time. A bientôt.